What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I am joined by the podcast dad, Choops. How are you, buddy?
Get your funds ready because we are spending so much money this weekend. But, man, I'm good. I'm good. We're that much closer to a really, really fun wrestling event. I have a big weekend coming up for me. I will be in Cleveland tomorrow night. So just a preview, no show. But
yes,
we have SCI this weekend as well. So I'm pumped. I have to be in a car with you for at least 10 hours this weekend. That's the only downfall. But here we are.
Worse problems to have. There's worse problems to have. 2 sleeps away, and we get to hang out and shoot the shit like the old days here. Like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's been a while since we've gotten to pile into a car, and yeah,
it's been a minute.
Go check out some wrestling. It's we're making our pilgrimage to wrestling's mecca this weekend. SCI tournament is around the corner, just 2 sleeps away. But before we get into all of that, thank you so much for joining us this evening. As always, you can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. You can like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, Podcast Dad, they need to subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're at 487. We are so close to 500 subscribers. I can fucking taste it. Tell our friends what they need to do.
So one person, if you like what we're doing here, I've been telling people. Why haven't you been telling people? I've been telling a bunch of people. Please, please, please subscribe so we can continue to support what we love doing, and that's watching wrestling. So, yeah. I don't think there's much more to say. Just support.
Yes. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dispensary person, bartender, therapist, situationship, baby daddy, baby mama. Doesn't really matter. If they like wrestling, share a link. It takes 7 seconds. Gazoon tight. Show some love to our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. On all social media platforms. A couple of great main event mixers breaking down all of the action from last weekend with Evolution, Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event, and AEW All In. A lot to break down, and we had some great coverage of that. But most importantly, where would we be without our sponsors at Gorilla Press Apparel? GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site-wide. There was no Trivia Tuesday this week. That is not a typo or anything that you did not miss. That will be returning soon. I did talk to Will. He's got a great question loaded up for next week, so be on the lookout for that.
You best believe this hat will be worn in the TWA arena this weekend.
Fucking better be. Before we introduce our guests, you can follow Coastal Empire Wrestling on X at CEW Savannah. Tusslepalooza is on YouTube now. We'll be doing our coverage of that next week, so check out that show in full, and then follow along as we break down all of the coverage. I believe that our boy Fernando is in the chats already. Good to see you. NXT, it was a good episode of NXT last night, and there's going to be a little bit to break down towards the end of our show. But Podcast Dad, you've already said it off rip. SCI is this weekend. That's what we're here to talk about. This is our official preview show. And what is a preview show without a few guests tonight? We are incredibly excited to welcome 3 standout stars who are gearing up for the 2025 Scenic City Invitational. We've got last year's Action Future Showcase champion, a man who punched his ticket to this year's tournament and has not looked back, Jamesen Shook. We're also joined by somebody who continues to tear it up across the globe, from the UK to Japan to Australia, and now he returns home ready to prove that they're the best in the Southeast, Kody Manhorn. And last but certainly not least, a fan favorite across the independent scene, depending on who you ask, trained by legends, a product of GCW, and someone with a major opportunity in front of him and a chip on his shoulder, Hunter Drake. Let's welcome them all to the stream. Everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Kody, Jamesen, you were no strangers to the Wrestling Junkies podcast, but Hunter, we want to extend a welcome to you. You're not somebody that we get to see often on our show, but we come across you on social media, so welcome. Thank you all for joining us.
Yo.
Appreciate the hospitality, dog.
Of course. So, Mr. Cincinnati, should we start with, I think, the future showcase winner from last year, who has a big-time first-round matchup against Gary J. Jamesen, how you prepping for Gary J?
If that can be done.
Well, you see, I've been rubbing a lot of ice on my chest, just trying to numb it before this match. been laying in the tanning bed extra long for like sunburns, so I can know what it feels like to burn. But no, I've been working pretty hard at the TWE Performance Center, and I'm ready for it. Also tomorrow night with Red Bank Roulette. Big mystery show for TWE. Don't know who's going to step up, but that'll be my last opponent before SCI. So I'm very, very excited representing the Action Future Showcase tournament. Here's my medal. That's what it looks like. I wear it everywhere I go, even when I shower.
Oh, yeah.
Very proud of it. But I'm excited. Just a lot of adrenaline running. I'm just ready to get this weekend started.
I like it. Hunter, I want to pitch it over to you here really quickly. Again, this is, I believe, your first appearance on the Wrestling Junkies podcast here. Just because we asked this question of all first-time guests, we just want to learn a little bit more about you. So if you could, before we get into talking about this weekend, we're going to throw it back a little bit. So tell us about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
My earliest memories? Like, you're asking, like, what I watched or...
What you watched, when you got into it, however you want to answer the question, the floor is yours.
Okay. My earliest memories, I used to watch, my favorite wrestler of all time is John Cena. So I watched John Cena in like 2008. And I watched every John Cena match that there was. And I started wrestling in 2019. Started training in 2017 at New South Pro Wrestling in Alabama. And then I went to Dr. Tom Pritchard and Glenn Jacobs School in 2020. And yeah, so I traveled around the independents, not making any money, fighting everyone I could, everywhere I could, and pretty much built my own name from the ground up. And now I'm a product of the greatest faction in professional wrestling history, the Carnies, Kerry Awful, Nick Iggy, Hunter Drake, Trip Cassidy, and Brian Maxwell. So yeah, now I'm out here. I'm repping the 6, but I'm from the 256. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. So yeah.
Okay, all right. I love the confidence. Kody, I want to pivot to you. You have been all over the world this year. How do you feel like that has prepped you for such a big tournament this year?
I think I've gotten to experience some of the best in wrestling across the globe. I got to train with Dean Allmark a little bit while in the UK. I kept pitching over to Matt Griffin, bring him in as one of those for the SCI. I was really hoping to get that as a first round, but I got Colby Carino, somebody I'm not too unfamiliar with. I wrestled him in All Out War earlier this year over at H2O. But no, I think like the international travel, it's just kind of, I said it at the beginning of the year, actually, when I wrestled Hunter, that I was the first entrant in the Scenic City this year. I wanted to wrestle everyone who was the best around. And I include Hunter as much as he has a questionable attitude at times in that statement. But I wanted to test myself to prove myself. And that included Gary J, who I've actually beaten twice now, Jamesen. I can give you a little tips on how to prep for that. But it's just been kind of like you said, a chip on my shoulder, being able to just say, you know what, I can hang with the best in the world. I am one of the best in the world. PWI said it. I think everyone in this call. I know Jamesen. I thought I saw Hunter's name. He can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's just there's a lot of confidence comes in when you're able to do this over now 5 continents or 5 countries.
Yeah. And I think that you have an additional advantage that most people may not think about. And last year when we first met you in person, you also were a referee over the course of that weekend. So you get a different vantage point of the in-ring action that can kind of help you prepare for this year. So how would you say that your experience as a referee can also be an asset to you this weekend?
I mean, I've reffed this tournament multiple times. I've reffed the final. I've seen what it takes to have that kind of, what it takes to actually go on from the first round. Like a prime example is Daniel Makabe. Came in relatively unknown person into the, was it 2019, I believe, SCI. Has a amazing match. I think his first round opponent that year was Slim J. He would then move on into the second round. He ends up getting a ear injury during that time, and he just has to persevere through. He'll end up going out there. I believe he makes his entrance and then he comes out later in the event. But again, perseverance through pain. That's just one of the many stories that I've gotten to witness firsthand. I always say, referee, we have the front row seat of every some of the greatest moments in wrestling.
I'm gonna flip it now to Hunter. That first round draw, you got your hands full with Bojack. How it's kind of a little bit of a David and Goliath kind of thing. How are you prepping for this one?
Well, it is kind of like David and Goliath, except Bojack is David and Hunter Drake is Goliath. Because if you really think about it, I'm like, if we're seeding this thing, this is like a number 1 seed against a number 8 seed. Bojack is coming down from North Carolina, and he's walking into the TWE arena, a place where Hunter Drake is nothing but successful in the TWE arena. In fact, I do have the greatest win-loss record in TWE history. If you go back and fact-check me, that's 100% truth. So I look at it as a cakewalk, and I hope Bojack has been eating his Wheaties and lifting his weights, and I hope he's been getting ready, because when he steps into the ring with Hunter Drake in my home of the TW arena, where the fans love me, by the way, they absolutely adore me, he's going to have a rude awakening, and he's also going to have a first-round exit.
Jamesen, you're shaking your head. You've got some thoughts. I'm going to kick it over to you. Anything that you want to say in response to that?
I hope and pray to God that Bojack's service is out for the entire weekend, so he doesn't have to listen to you scramble that diarrhea out of your mouth that you just spewed.
Oh no, I hope it's on. I hope he hears all of this,
buddy. That's a horrible idea. Talk about Bojack like that's a horrible idea. You know that, right?
I speak facts.
I think you're speaking yourself into a hole.
Okay, sure. Why not?
We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see.
Right.
Hey, I bet your life savings. Hunter Drake's going into the second round.
Okay,
dude, I'll bet all $30 of my life savings. That
I was gonna say,
I'm glad you're in a financial situation to have life savings.
Okay.
My bad. We're independent wrestlers.
I don't
have any more money. Mr. Cincinnati might have the most money here.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that that's not true. It's, you don't have to tell me that. So this is a question to all three of you. Whoever wants to answer first is more than welcome to. Without giving away any sort of strategy, what is one thing that fans can expect from you at SCI that might surprise them?
Kody, go first.
Not at all. I mean, things that might surprise you. I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve. There's not much to really shock you. I'll give you 100% of me every single time. However, there are a little things I did mention. I did a little trading with Dean Allmark. You would think that just means I worked on some technical stuff. But no, there was some lucha that we've been working on, some more little high-flying tricks. Who knows? Might have to dig into the bag for that, especially with a very talented field, present company included, Hunter on good days. And then, there's just little things that I haven't even been showing the PC. We'll say it that way.
Okay. Jamesen, I've been wanting to ask you this for a while, because not only are you in this tournament, but you're one half of the reigning defending IWTV Tag Team Champions with Jaden Newman. You've had a busy couple of months between TWE Action, H2O. How do you feel that this wave of success that has resulted in hardware is going to affect what you bring to the ring in such a grueling 2-day tournament?
Well, I can't lie. It actually, I think, puts more pressure on me, mostly because, I'm on a wave right now. The wave is getting higher. It's getting higher. But eventually that wave's got to crash on shore. So I don't know if this weekend is the shore that we're looking at. At the end of the weekend, presumably, I'll still have the championship or the IWTV Tag Team title. So I don't know what will happen, but that's if I'm out round one. Let's say this momentum continues. Let's say I get to the second round. Okay, I might be out. That would also suck. And I might wrestle one of these two jerks. I don't really care, except Kody's cool, but not Hunter. Who knows? It's got to end at some point, and I'm really hoping it's not this weekend. on the biggest stage where quite literally almost the entire world is watching. That would be pretty bad.
And I think that's a good pivot here because Hunter Iron Price recently you had an Iron Man match with Jaden Newman that was the talk of the Indies. Tell us a little bit about how preparation for that 60 minutes you feel can be an asset to what you're going to do this weekend.
Yeah, I feel like the Our Iron Man match, which, by the way, was also a travesty because I didn't know we could just change match rules in the middle of the match and then take things away from people when I was up 4-1 on Jaden Newman. But, we don't have to talk about that right now. But what we can say is I could have went a whole nother hour if Jaden wanted to. I could have went 2 more hours. My gas tank was still full. I don't get tired. So that momentum can help me tomorrow at TWE. It's not going to affect me any on Saturday or Friday. And what I do on Friday and tomorrow, that's not going to affect me on Saturday. Hunter Drake can go all day. And if you fact check this, I have competed in 9 tournaments, 9 professional wrestling tournaments. So I have tournament experience, and I know what can happen if I win Friday and Saturday, and then I'll be competing in the finals. I don't know who my opponents are. I don't know what they're capable of. But what I do know is when you look at the field, I've beaten almost everybody in the tournament already. So I'm fully prepared for anybody, especially Jamesen Shook. I mean, he's done very good things, but in my eyes, Jamesen Shook is nothing but a rookie. And he would be stepping right up to a true veteran of professional wrestling.
Some strong words there. What do you have to say about that, Jay?
I mean, sure. That's about all I got. Sure. I've done a lot, but I'm still a rookie. Sure, Hunter. Okay. I've never beaten Hunter Drake. That's a fact. I have never beaten Hunter Drake. I will give him his flowers right now.
Great.
Never once pinned Hunter Drake. He's pinned me many times. I get that. But you know what else has ever happened? I have only lost 1 tournament match in the TWE building. Think about that one. 1 tournament match in the TWE building I've lost.
That's a solid stat there. You can't argue with that. Yeah, I certainly can. I've never been in a tournament in that building, so
So let's get the elephant out of the room here. This tournament is stacked, right? There are a lot of big names in this tournament. There's one in particular, though, and we're going to give him his flowers right here. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed Action Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Tim Bosby. Are any of you kind of hoping, because he's got to get past Cruel, which that's the whole thing. But are any of you hoping to get him maybe in that finals matchup and kind of, maybe punch that ticket to that Action World Championship?
Yeah, Kody, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big opportunity. Even if you just get an opportunity to wrestle, even say the second round, it's an opportunity for anyone to get their name in the hat. I'm going to be completely honest. If you don't know my entire story outside of wrestling, this is already an extremely big weekend for me. I don't care which one of the 15 competitors I go against. The only thing I have focused on is being the one touching that trophy at the end of the night. Tim Bosby, I don't care, even if it's Cruel, man. That's one of my closest friends in the world, both professionally and personally. I'll fight him right now if I have to.
Hunter?
I like it.
I mean, if Bosby wants to step right up, Bosby can step right up. And Bosby will get put right down like everybody else. If Matt Griffin really wants Hunter Drake to pin his Action World Champion, then I will see him in the tournament. That's what I got to say.
I love the confidence. I will
I
say
do too. That's
I love the confidence.
Even down to the graphic that you're already proclaiming yourself as the winner of the 2025 tournament. I mean, that takes some balls, I gotta say.
Oh, it does.
I mean, come on. Let's look at the field here. Let's look at what we're playing with. Let's look at where this is happening. It's happening in the building where I am the most successful man to ever walk in those doors. Everyone in this tournament, damn near everyone, I have already beat. I have already went toe-to-toe with. Hey, who else in the tournament has put a dog collar on and stepped right up to Mad Dog Conley? Who else?
That's true.
Who else in the tournament has went one-on-one in a death match against Colby Carino for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship? Jamesen's already said he's never beat me. I know I've beat Kody before.
I know I've beaten you twice.
Well, I know I've beat Kody before. I've beaten Cruel. I've beaten Cruel. Come on. So yeah, I already proclaimed myself as the winner because when I look at it, Hunter Drake is the Southern professional wrestling scene. I am Southern independent wrestling.
Jamesen, you got something to say here. Let's
He's just bouncing past.
Hunter's running all these checks.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Bosby, Bojack. I'm just watching these checks bounce that he's writing. All these checks. My God.
My
Yes,
don't
Hunter,
bounce,
you're
dog.
great.
My
know,
checks
Hunter,
don't
you're
bounce.
great.
Yeah, remember he
great.
has life savings to bet. Yeah, I'm sure they're.
All $30 just bounced, Hunter. But Hunter, I think you're great. I do think you're a great wrestler. I hate your guts. I hate your stupid little attitude. I hate that you forced your way into one of those tournaments, the Tremont Deathmatch tournament. I hate that you forced your way into that. I'll never forget that. Cody, I know you won't either. But yes,
Yeah, my match became a
you're
four-way.
good.
What do you mean I won't forget?
You're good, Hunter. I think everyone on this podcast knows that you're good. You weren't good enough to have a Futures medal. I know that.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I just remembered. Didn't I pin you in the scramble to get in this tournament?
Oh,
Yeah,
I do seem to recall that.
I'm just going to sit back now. Here we go. Sit
way
back.
out.
Lay out.
so what was it was the Bosby question? That's what it was? Is that where
Yes.
we were? Like,
Are you
Yeah.
prepped?
Do you
Are
want to
prepped
wrestle
for
Tim
Bosby?
Bosby? I think was the question.
do I want to wrestle Tim God, no. I'll be honest, no. I'll wrestle Tim Bosby. That man can throw people. And
I might be
I'm
the smartest
not a
person in
small
this room
child.
right now, and yeah, no, I'm just admitting I'm stupid.
Look, I'm not a small child. I'm 6'4" and 218 pounds. I weighed this morning.
Facts.
And Tim Bosby can throw me with one arm. No, I don't want to see him in the tournament. But I do think I have a fighting chance, seeing as I did beat him in the Futures tournament. So maybe I do want to see Tim Bosby now that I think about it.
I mean, history's on your side.
Mr. Cincinnati said he'd take a suplex. So
I specifically don't want.
Why do you have to remind everybody of that?
I don't. One thing I do ask that if any of you get anywhere near Channing Thomas, can you please beat him? Please, dear God, don't let him move on.
Or snatch Sid Bacabella's toupee off him, please.
Please.
I was going to say, is it more Channing or Sydney?
Both of them.
Yes.
Both of them. Please.
Tim Bosby says that he was not pinned in the finals. So Tim is watching for everybody that is following along at home. Tim Bosby, Action Wrestling World Champion, is here. And has
Tim, you have the link.
on,
You can come on.
Here.
Tim, I apologize. You were not pinned in the finals. You still didn't win, but you weren't pinned in the finals, Tim. I apologize. Tim.
Hunter said he'd pin you.
Hunter very adamantly said he'd pin you multiple times.
Onward. Tim Bosby, rookie.
Ooh.
You're looking at you. When you look at me, you're looking at a real professional wrestler.
No, hey, let him talk.
Who's
Let
put in the
him speak.
miles. Someone who's bled all over this country. Someone who's been on the big stages. Mr. GCW, Mr. NWA. That's what you're looking at. I'd wipe the floor with Bosby. Oh, I still love you, Bosby. All love,
Wow.
you know.
I don't know anymore.
Oh, yep.
Hunter, you like my shirt?
You're friends, man. Jeez.
Hunter, you like my shirt?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You're sour.
We got some back shots coming in for Bosby.
Okay. All right.
Jesus Christ, Tim.
So I also do want to ask this.
I thought that message came from Aaron Wade for a second when I read it.
Oh god. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. It's hard to determine which one is more insufferable of the two current world champions of these promotions that host this tournament.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not Tim Bosby.
I just want to know where the money is coming from when it comes to Aaron Wade. It's a simple question that he can't answer. That's it. I just want to know where the money is coming from.
Just put your clothes on.
I know for a while it was my bank account, hence the reason I can't, bet my life savings on anything.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He's getting the same place Hunter's getting his money to write these checks that he can't cash. That's what he's doing.
He's talking a lot. I enjoy the confidence for sure, but man,
I do. And so I do want to point this out here. It's my understanding in about 3 minutes time, there's going to be another announcement kind of made regarding this weekend so I am staying tuned to SCI social media channels just to see what that announcement is. So I'm just going to kind of continue to monitor that here. We've lost Hunter, but we do get to see a belt and a trophy in the background, which I appreciate. It's always good to see some hardware. So, I appreciate it.
Is it good to see hardware?
It is good to see hardware, yes.
It is good to see hardware.
We encourage that on this show. If you have the hardware, please show it off.
Here we go.
No, lay it on me.
The last tournament that I won.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Jameson's got too much going.
Yeah. H2O. And we also have coming up in about 11 days. Kink is my karma. Karma is my kink is what I meant to say. I apologize. That is the upcoming show that he has. So if you want, Jamesen, tell us a little bit about what fans can expect at that show in just 2 weeks' time.
Well, a lot. You can expect a lot. There's going to be one of these days this weekend, depending on what happens at ICW No Holds Barred, July 18th in the Hart Ballroom. There might be a major announcement regarding that show, specifically my match.
Okay.
But I'm going to hold that in just in case something else happens.
I'm just picturing a lot of Legos.
Yeah, there will. Yeah. I'd rather do glass, dude. Legos suck. I'd rather do glass 100% of the time.
That sounds awful. Any of it.
Another question for the entire panel. Again, whoever wants to answer first is welcome to. We have talked a lot, so especially on our show, about the SCI effect and how this tournament can launch someone's career. Javon Evans is a great example of somebody that has had some success over SCI weekend, and we see where he is now. And Hunter, we'll start with you.
Let's not.
What's that?
I said Adam Priest last year. Let's not sell that short.
Also, yes, and I'm not
Ring
taking,
of Honor this weekend.
Yeah, Adam Priest, Manders as well. So what's the mindset going into this weekend, knowing that a successful result can change the trajectory of your career entirely?
The mindset with that on the mind, it does make you work a little bit harder. It does make the weekend a little bit more special. But at the end of the day, no matter what show, no matter who I'm wrestling, I'm always walking in with one mindset, and that's winning. I don't focus on anything else. I don't care about match rating. I don't care about any of that. I'm going to win. And I will dig as deep into my bag as I have to do whatever I got to do to win. So, yeah, that's always fun to think about. What if I win this tournament and then this and then that? But I always think more so along the lines of when I win this tournament, when Hunter wins SCI, then this could possibly change the trajectory of my career.
Kody?
I kind of talked about it earlier for myself. This has been the date circled on my calendar for a while. I'm a little bit agreeing with Hunter here. It's not what is SCI going to do for me. This has been the goal. There's not I'm going to start thinking about the next thing. If I do really well at this tournament, I'm going to get here. No, I have been thinking about this day. I even talked about it while I was in Japan and Australia, where I was suffering already from a couple knee injuries, where it was, I was very adamant with my goal is to get through this weekend. to get to this weekend, to go through this tournament. I'm not thinking about what happens the next weekend. JMO's going to have an amazing show, but that's not where my focus is. My focus has been on the SCI for the last 365 days, and that's not going to change right now when we're coming up on game day.
Jamesen?
God, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I agree with Hunter. Again, it is not. It's the first time I think I've ever said that. I agree with Hunter. Put that 6 down. We talk about this SCI effect, but for me personally, maybe even a little bit for Kody, because Kody after the Futures tournament also did a lot. There is also a Futures effect, I feel like, with a lot of wrestlers. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the past year, because, damn, it's been a year since Futures, which is crazy. That feels like maybe a few weeks ago. That was wild. 3 matches in one day. That sucked. But here we are. I hope I get to do it again. H2O Hybrid Champion. IWTV World Tag Team Champion. Tremont's Deathmatch Tournament. The list just goes on. And imagining what this tournament could do for me, this is just Futures. Imagine what this tournament as a whole could do. This could be pretty big for all 3 of us in this tournament. Even if, I fully plan on going in there and just doing what I can to get to the finals. I fully plan on doing that. 3 of us might lose. 2 of us might lose. I mean, but just us being in the tournament in general, what's that going to do for us? Yeah. That's also the thing.
Well, I do want to just make sure that everybody's aware, and this has just come out, official SCI channel about a minute ago. As everybody is aware, we have had a withdrawal from the tournament. Danny Briggs was not able to make the tournament this year, so Casey Owens needs a new opponent. I can confirm that new opponent is Brett Eisen, who will be entering the Scenic City Invitational. Let's get everybody's immediate reaction to this. Again, breaking news. And Chris, I almost played the fucking sound too. We'd have been here for the next 30 seconds playing the breaking news theme here. However, again, I do want to point out Brett Eisen is in the Scenic City Invitational this weekend. We'll be taking on Casey Owens in the first round. Cody,
I want to hear Hunter first. I want Hunter to catch another check.
Hunter,
come on, Hunter. Look at that face.
I mean, what has he done to earn this? What has he done? Somebody tell me.
You mean one of the longest reigning WWE champions in history? What has he done?
Yeah. Just came back 3 months ago, and now we're just going to hand him an opportunity? That's how we do things, right? Oh, because it's favoritism. Because he's one of the favorites, so we got to put Brett Eisen in. Nah, that's whack. You should not be able to add someone like Brett Eisen this late into the game. But,
why is that?
But that is throw everybody off. We already have plans. I know Casey Owens. He's like me. He's a well-planned man, and he had a plan walking into this. And now you're
except for
trying
that
to
gym T-shirt that one time
by putting Brett Eisen in. And honestly, I feel bad for Casey. But you know what? I think Brett Eisen, he'll just be another number to Hunter Drake. He'll just be another body block. And I'll put Brett Eisen down. I'll take old Yeller out back, and I'll put Brett Eisen down too if I got to. I am locked in. I'm laser focused. I don't care who you are.
Hey Siri, clip that.
This will be the clip.
At Brett Eisen. You better hope you don't see Hunter Drake. It'll be a bad night for you.
Well.
Oh, no.
My goodness.
Shook, your thoughts?
I think we got Shook. I think he said Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
And ran away.
So, my condolences to Hunter's family. Whenever him and Brett Eisen have to walk past each other.
Condolences to fucking Casey Owens, Jesus.
I think Hunter's beating might be worse if they have to walk past each other.
Bring it on.
That one.
Bring it on.
I just wanted to say, and I've always thought this about Brett Eisen. Brett, I love you, dude. I want you to know I've always loved you. You've always been one of my favorite people at TWE. I'm happy you're in the tournament. I hope I don't see you during this tournament at all. I need a lot of ice on my chest, probably my face, because oh no. Hey,
Kody,
Brett,
so for those at home that may not be familiar with Brett's work, just give everybody a crash course of sorts on why he is so what's the word I'm thinking of? Hurdy?
Well, I will say the last time he was in the SCI, he wrestled one Matt Tremont. They had a hardcore match in the middle of the Sunny Daisy high school.
Oh, no.
Matt did go, I believe it was Matt that won that. Well, no, I think it was Brett. So beating Matt Tremont in a hardcore match in general, that is a feather in your cap to begin with. Like I said, he's one of the longest reigning TWE champions of all time. If I remember, he's one of the longest reigning. He's a multi-time Southern Underground Bone Storm champion. He has been a terror to the Southeastern wrestling scene for a while. I'm actually shocked that Hunter has all this bravado about him, considering I remember when Hunter Drake was still wearing a suit at New South as like one of the security guards. And I believe Brett Ison dropped him multiple times.
He ain't gonna do that now. He ain't gonna do that
Sure.
now.
Yep, 100%
Open
believe it.
invitation.
Hunter,
Oh,
you can
I'm too fast, too smart.
Hunter,
Let him
you
cook,
can
let him
mute
cook.
your mic. It's okay. You can mute your mic and say all this. It is
I ain't
perfectly
got
fine.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
know
lot
this
of-
isn't like an
There's a
anonymous
lot of
thing,
that.
right?
Hunter,
I will
you
show
won't
him,
be
don't
the
worry.
only person in wrestling who hides behind a social media account and saying that stuff. You can be one of those people and say all this stuff about Brett Ison.
Clear.
This isn't like one of the anonymous things where like we can't see your face. Like it's very clear. We know who you are.
Hunter, you've still got 48 hours, dude. You have 48 hours to withdraw, apologize, or run. I don't know what to tell you.
You have 48 hours to write your will. I would contact your lawyer.
I got 48 hours to plan a celebration. That's what I got.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait for this weekend.
Me too.
I mean,
I'm not opposed to violence, and I am ready to watch this murder.
Again, Brett, I love you. I love you, Brett.
so as our time kind of comes to a close here, we're going to give everybody a couple of minutes here. This is kind of your final pitch. One, why you think you are the person to win this tournament, and two, if anybody is in the Chattanooga area, why do they need to be in the arena for this weekend? Kody, we'll start with you.
This is the biggest weekend of my life. Just kind of put it very mildly, in my opinion. For those who I kind of mentioned to it earlier a couple of times, but 10 years ago, actually to the day, there was a shooting in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was physically present at that time. I talked about it a little bit in a video that I recently put up on my socials, but Chattanooga as a city is really what brought me out of a very dark place, and TWE specifically carried that over for me. This tournament's not about Kody Manhorn shiny shoes. It's not about Aaron Noyes. It's about me being able to give that back to the energy that they have been able to give me, to finally saying that my debts are paid. This is, again, very mildly, I find it fitting that my first entrant is the 10-year anniversary, not only of the SCI, but of the worst day of my life. And I get a chance to rewrite that story.
Hunter?
Why should Hunter Drake win SCI?
Oh,
I have the perfect reasoning and details here. So, like I said, look at the field. Look at every wrestler in this tournament. What is SCI built off of? What is that? What is the name and game of SCI? It is we want to reward these wrestlers that work so hard and that have built their names up by hard work and dedication. And no one has done that more than me. I've been doing this for 6.5 years. I am the glue that holds the Southern wrestling independent scene together. And you can ask anybody about that, and that's nothing but facts. Before 2 years ago, let's say 2 years ago, before Hunter Drake made his rise to the top, we have all these companies that didn't want to even work together. Nobody wanted to work together, right? Who brought those places together? Because it wasn't Jamesen Shook, and it wasn't Jaden Newman. It was me. I brought these places together I mended these fences for everyone so we could all play in the same sandbox. And while I'm doing that, I'm also on the road, traveling this entire country, breaking my back, breaking my bones, working my ass off, still in shows on the West Coast, up north. I'm traveling around for pennies, for dimes, nickels, for nothing. I'm doing it for the love of the game, so I could get one thing, and that was respect. So now, if you look at the field and you look at Hunter Drake is the most respected man in this tournament. Hunter Drake is the most successful man in this tournament. And so why should you come to Chattanooga to watch SCI? You should come to Chattanooga to watch SCI because you want to watch greatness prevail and Hunter Drake become the 2025 SCI winner. That's exactly why you should come.
I would normally give the last word to a Steelers fan, but I like you, Shook. Go ahead.
And go Steelers.
Fuck you. Sorry.
Damn it, you're making me agree with it twice. But I mean, why? God, why are you making me agree with Hunter twice? Why should you come to SCI? I mean, SCI is very special. There's a lot of tournaments in independent wrestling. There's tournaments everywhere. Northeast. There's a few in the Southeast, Northwest, South, wherever, Midwest, wherever you want to go. There's a tournament there. This is the tournament of the independents to me, because there are not many other tournaments in America where people are flying from Japan, Germany, the United Kingdom, anywhere in the world to America, to the Scenic City, to be a part of the Scenic City Invitational. If you want to be a part of something like that, you should come out to the Scenic City Invitational tournament, because this is a very special weekend. Not just SCI, not just the SCI tournament, but the Futures tournament. Come out to that tournament. Come out to the night before if you're already in tomorrow night. God, I hope Hunter Drake and Brett Eisen are in the same ring. I hope it's Hunter Drake in a handicap match versus Bojack, Brett Eisen, and who else did he talk about? Cruel. Maybe that'd be cool. That'd be nice. You never know what'll happen tomorrow night. But that's why you should come out to the SCI. It's this big gathering of independent wrestling fans and independent wrestlers. It's special.
Yes. Well said.
Special is definitely the best way to sum it up. We had an incredible experience last year, and this is very much a yearly tradition for us going forward. So, Kody, Hunter, Jamesen, thank you all for joining us.
Good luck.
Best of luck this weekend. We will be there front row, and can't wait to catch up with you guys in person. And find a place to grab a drink after the show. Sounds like
Apparently
karaoke
the
might not be in the
booked,
cards there.
so.
Yeah, I didn't know that until today.
R.I.P. Robs.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll find a place to chop it up. But all of you, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Cheers, mates.
Thank you all.
Take it easy. Thank you again to Kody Manhorn, Jamesen Shook, and Hunter Drake for joining us. Podcast Dad, let's regroup here for a couple of seconds. I know we're getting kind of short on time here. I hear the commotion going on outside your house right now, or outside your podcast room right now.
It's not a gimmick.
Yeah, it's not. Very quickly, do you have a preview for All In tonight? Or not All In, AEW Dynamite, first one since All In. Let's just kind of break down what we have here. And thank you to Christopher, who just subscribed to our podcast.
What a name, too. A great name, and he's a fan of a great, fantastic football team. DM us, we'll send you a shirt.
We're serious, yeah. So, yeah, DM us. We will send you a shirt.
All right, tonight on AEW Dynamite, we have a trios match. We have Hangman Page, Mark Briscoe, and Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Claudio, Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta.
Think we see any MJF involvement?
No.
I'm also very surprised we're seeing Mox 3 days after.
This is also, we hear from Hangman Page. So Hangman is going to be on the show a couple times. We hear from Tony Storm.
Okay.
And that is all that is advertised currently. So.
Okay. Real quick, any thoughts on last night? Actually, we should talk about one thing because we texted a little bit about this as we were talking about kind of what's next for JC Jane. She is not winning a Slammiversary, I don't think. That's going to be my guess now. Masha, and I'm biased because I'm a huge Masha stan here, but we have seen Trick take the men's world title in TNA. I think it's only a matter of time before we see the women's title in NXT taken by a TNA knockout, and I think Masha fits that bill. Whether she mixes up with Jordan Grace or Blake Monroe remains to be seen, but the body of work that we've seen Masha put together, not just in TNA but on the indies, it's just she is a much better wrestler, I think, than JC Jane, and I want to see her take that and hopefully turn this run into, we like what we see here. We really want you to sign with WWE because she fucking deserves it.
My only hang up is she'd be a dual champion. And Trick is not a dual champion, so that would be my only kind of like maybe not. Well, yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know. I'm interested to see. I'm almost... Yeah. I'm tempted, and I probably will buy Slammiversary at this point because I want to see what happens. Ooh, especially now with the rumor that AJ Styles might show up. So
yeah,
that's if that happens, like this, I think this deal will ultimately be just extremely fruitful for both parties. So
two more things that I do want to. I'm sorry, go ahead. Just two more things that I wanted to point out here. Triple threat match next week for the NXT Championship. Obafemi taking on Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. And I saw this on TikTok.
See the split.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this on TikTok, this particular thought, and I'm inclined to agree with it. The reason that we are having trouble seeing who's going to beat Obafemi is because Obafemi, even since the day he had his first match, has been too big of a star for NXT. That's where we're at right now. It's just he is eclipsing everybody that he is in the ring with. No matter who you heat up and get ready to have a match with Obafemi,
there's someone on the roster.
That I don't know. I mean,
yes, there is. There's someone currently in NXT that will beat him. Mark my words. What day is it? July 16th at 7:19 p.m. Javon Evans will beat Obafemi for that world championship. I don't know when. I don't know how. That will happen.
Okay, fact checker, you heard that there. And then triple threat match between Tony D'Angelo, Luca Crucifino, and Stacks. I really enjoyed this match. I know that Jay Gold in the group chat said that the last couple of minutes were great for him as far as how they got there. The shot of Tony D'Angelo looking back at the hat that's hanging on the ring post, that's the one thing that we have talked about is this a gimmick that translates to the main roster in time? Doesn't sound like that's going to be the case going forward, especially as Vic Joseph is saying, let's talk about Tony D'Angelo, the man, not the Don. So I would imagine there's going to be a reinvention and a new character for Tony D'Angelo. And that makes me optimistic for what's next for him, whether it's NXT or the main roster. I'm not saying that this is a guy that I'm going to see holding the world title anytime soon on either brand, but I do think that with the right reinvention, he has a place on a roster wherever he goes. So I'm very intrigued.
We'll see. We will see. We'll see what this reinvention looks like. I don't know what it looks like. It's going to be hard to shake this character, I think, personally. We're going to see what happens. I will say that.
Fair enough.
I will tune in for sure because I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I just think the gimmick's just not.
Yeah.
It's not for me. So.
Yeah.
But. People, look at Stardust. So,
thank you to everybody that has joined us tonight. Thank you again to our guests, Kody Manhorn, Hunter Drake, and Jamesen Shook.
So excited for this tournament, dude.
It's going to be a great weekend, especially, again, if you missed it. Breaking news was Brett Eisen is entering the SCI tournament, taking on Casey Owens in the first round. Good luck, everybody. But that is going to do it for us tonight. There is no show tomorrow. You can catch me on Wrestling Spotlight with our friend Gerald tomorrow night, 9:00 Central. We'll be recording that, and that'll be on True TV Plus this weekend. Download the app, and you can check out Wrestling Spotlight channel as well as previous episodes of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. One last time, I want to encourage everybody to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We are 12 subscribers away from 500. If everybody that's watching this show right now heads over to our channel, we're at damn near 600 subscribers. So we greatly appreciate it. We love what we do. If you love the guests that we have on our show, if you love our banter, everything that we talk about when it comes to World Pro Wrestling, not just WWE, AEW, the independents, do us a favor. Please subscribe. We love what we do. We want all of you along for the ride with us. We encourage you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. You're seeing it scroll across there. A new episode of Wrestle Sips has dropped. We are toasting Naomi with the Proceed with Caution mocktail or cocktail. If you want to turn it heel and add a little bit of rum, you can check out the full recipe on our TikTok channel. Show some love to our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. Again, if you love great podcasts, blogs, short form content, we have it. Incredible group of people that we work with. And show some love to our sponsor, GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site-wide, including on our Wrestle Sips t-shirt that is on the shop right now. You can get that there. Thank you again to everybody that is along with us on this ride. We love everybody that takes the time to stop in and listen to what we have to say about all things pro wrestling, and we can't do this without you. So we're going to go ahead and take off for now. Again, no show tomorrow. We will be back on Monday breaking down all of the action from SCI. Stay tuned to our social media channels for some exclusive interviews with the participants in both the SCI and the Action Future Showcase tournament. So, again, thank you guys so very much. We love you. Stay safe. Subscribe for the podcast ad. I am Mr. Cincinnati, and until Monday, enjoy the graps. That was a good episode.